a complaint I hear from people?
What?
Who they didn't like?
What?
Samuel L. Jackson.
What?
I hear a lot of people complain that they didn't like Samuel L. Jackson.
How can they say that when in the Ultimates...
I thought his outfit looked so terrible. I thought the leather coat looked so cheap to me.
Samuel L. Jackson wears a leather coat in every single movie he's in.
No, but it was a horrible leather coat. That was like...
I didn't even pay attention to the material of this leather.
I mean, I don't know what you can complain about because Ultimates was kind of when they remade Nick Fury, they shaped him to be Samuel L. Jackson. So I don't know how much.
So
you
what
can
was the
complain
complaints about
that.
Samuel L.
I
Jackson?
they just didn't find him intimidating as Nick Fury, or they didn't just come off right.
But Samuel L. Jackson is Nick Fury. Nick Fury is Samuel L. Jackson. They are one.
But I don't know. No, I find it kind of different from the comic books a little bit, from some of them, from the Ultimates.
But
you know what? I kind of felt like there was
Jackson being Nick Fury.
Maybe there's a little too many Avengers hints in there. I mean, I like that they're planning on going forward with the Avengers movie and they're making it known. But it was an Iron Man movie, and there was already enough going on in it anyway.
Right. At the end of the credits, I would just like to say that at the end of the credits, you know, when they showed like the little Thor hammer, I think ours looked better than the one that was in the Iron Man movie. What you guys think?
I'd have to see it again. It was just a quick glance.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't really like that part wherever they had that knockoff Captain America shield, because it's like, what the heck is that doing there? And then
I thought it was funny.
It was funny, but it's like, why did you just disgrace Captain America that way? And why is his shield
because it was working on it. It was a work in progress.
And the new element that he created, was it supposed to be vibranium or something? Like
You can't create vibranium. That's just ridiculous.
I know, that's what people are worried about.
That's ridiculous if he created vibranium.
Okay, John, is it Favreau?
Favreau. Something like that.
Favreau. Ford.
He made a comment about he does plan on doing the Mandarin in the third Iron Man film, which they said something about the 10 Rings of Power in the first film, made it seem like it was a crime group, and I don't think they mentioned anything at all in the second one. I'd have to watch it back to see.
Are they going to bring that villain from the first one? Have him be the Mandarin?
I don't know.
He died.
But tell his concerns.
His concern was how he's going to do the 10 Rings of Power, because it's magic, and it's a very technological world that he's created for these Iron Man movies. And then, you know, I was just reading the interview, and someone was like, wait a second. Why doesn't he know that it's not magic, and the 10 Rings of Power is alien technology?
It is. And why is he upset about the magic aspect when at the very end of the movie they show Thor's hammer anyways?
So
maybe someone
The last book I read of Iron Man with the Mandarin was just like this hardcore story with so much on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony had to chop his foot off. At one point it grew back, but he didn't know it was going to grow back. So I had to give him credit even though I despise him.
Are you guys still mad about the Civil War?
Yes, get over it.
I'm not really mad. It's just that I will never forget.
Anyway.
Actually, I wore my Civil War shirt with Captain America and the blood on his shield to the Iron Man 2 movie because I will never forget.
What was the point? What were we talking about before you bothered me?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, the Mandarin story. So that was a really good book. And Tony's like, where are his rings of power? And he had like lodged in his spine. He had to rip them out his spine. And it was such. I mean, I think maybe they should step away a little bit from the technological villains. I mean, the rings of power is so technological. There still has to be techie things because it's an Iron Man fight. But I just want to see him get a little, get his hands a little dirty with this fight. Because, you know, Mandarin is not a robot.
No, he's not. Well, tell us what you think. Tell us if you thought Iron Man 2 was awesome, which I thought was awesome.
I thought it was good.
I heard some people say it was perfect. I heard some people say it was trash. Tell us what you think. Give us your opinion. We want it.
It was a B+.
I'd give it an A.
I'd give it a solid B. I enjoyed it.
You just gave it a worse rating than I did.
I mean, I agree with what you said. I mean, it's just...
It's definitely not the best comic book movie of all time. I don't even think it's the best Marvel Studio movie, which I still say is Incredible Hulk. Which Iron Man 2 is only their third Marvel Studio movie.
I think Thor is going to be one of the best.
Yeah, I think Thor is going to smash them all.
One of the best comic book movies of all time. That's my prediction.
I think it'll be the best Marvel Studio film
for sure. But I think Thor might end up being. I think it.
I don't even think Iron Man 2 was the best comic book movie this year. But
at least it's better than Fantastic Four.
You know what? I compare her Black Widow to their
no.
Richards. I certainly do.
No, Jessica Alba was horrible.
Why was she so horrible as Sue?
You know, I believe is a video of us talking about the Fantastic Four movie and you guys defending, or at least Gina defending Jessica Alba, and I was just like, no. Funny how the tables.
I don't believe that.
Okay, tell me. I've named why I don't like Black Widow in this Iron Man film. I need you to tell me what was so terrible about Jessica Alba. Besides how she looked.
Susan Storm is a very, she's a powerful,
really, because she wasn't that much like that when she first appeared in the comic books. She was very dependent on Reed. It was like, oh, Reed, what are we going to do? But keep going.
Okay, what
Playing Christina, keeping track. Going.
Okay, what are we going off on? Because you have the Ultimates, you have.
I'm talking about hardcore 616 universe.
Well, Sue has got pretty hardcore for the past year.
She has, but was it not an origin story?
Huh?
Was it not an origin story?
Okay, yeah, I guess you got a point.
Someone brought up a point that Tony getting sick and kind of living recklessly with his life because, you know, he was dying was kind of taking the place of the demon in a bottle kind of thing. Because maybe, Iron Man has such a younger viewing audience. Because it's PG-13 that they wouldn't want to do, I'm an alcoholic story. So he was going through his rough patch with dying instead of being an alcoholic.
I think they should just. Well, I think how they did it was good. Mm-hmm. I still think they do need to incorporate the alcohol factor though. That's a really big. That was a big problem. That's a big
problem. It's a big issue, but I don't think they're gonna do it because it's a PG-13 movie and there's a lot.
And they don't want it to get too dark.
Yeah,
I understand that. I understand what they did, and I once again I like what they did, and I understand what they did.
So I don't want to see bad things happen to Tony, and so I mean, maybe a little bit, but I don't want to watch that. It makes people sad to see dark things happen to semi-good people. So they wouldn't want their young audience to see that. So I don't expect them doing an alcohol thing in the movie. I think that was about as bad as it's gonna get.
I liked how they did Iron Man 2. I really did. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great. I thought they did a great job of amping it up, but not going overboard. Yes, there's a lot of things they could have done different, and yes, I am worried about the third one because the comments the director made, not knowing that the the power rings are alien technology. That's kind of scary, but I think they did a good job. Are they going to top with the third one? I doubt it, but I think they did a really good job, and I really liked it. I'm Katrina.
I'm Gina.
I'm Christina.
And we're the Gorgeous Geeks.